team one trip, but I'm not sure if I can do this. So we got, because I go up 3 flights of stairs, so I'm on the 3rd floor. I never take the elevator. This is what I do. So we have 3 bags, 4 bags. And the goal is to get it to the 3rd floor, up the stairs, into the house in one trip. So we are back from the grocery stores and unpacked. So what I'm gonna do is run you guys through what I got from Trader Joe's, and then I'm gonna run you guys through what I got from H-E-B and why I got them from the different stores and how I actually use each ingredient, well, each product that I get at the grocery store. So I wanna preface also that I'm not gonna go into too much detail on each one. I'm just gonna give like very brief ideas because this video would be extremely long. And so a lot of my recipes that you'll see with these ingredients are either in my full day of eating episodes or my recipe videos. So make sure to go check those out. So I use these all the time. So just keep that in mind. All right, so first up at Trader Joe's, what I love to do at Trader Joe's is I get a lot of my vegetables there that are not frozen. That is more like produce and meat and various things like that. Trader Joe's has a bunch of like unique products that I love, but my first and foremost, I love to get my meats there and my vegetables there that are fresh. So for example, we'll start with the all natural chicken breast and the extra lean ground beef 96.4. So for example, with the chicken, I love making anything buffalo chicken. So I'll like make some buffalo chicken grilled cheeses, things like that. And then with the extra lean ground beef, any type of burger, it's a beautiful thing. This stuff's amazing. And the macros are the same as the chicken. It's 4 fat, 21 protein. I think the chicken is 3 fat, 24 protein per 4 ounces raw. And remember, the video is coming out soon with how to track meat raw versus cooked, and then how to make that equation on how to track it properly. So be on the lookout for that. Next up is some uncured turkey bacon. The macros on this is 1.5 fat, 6 protein per slice, and these slices are big. I love this stuff. You can put these on sandwiches. Anytime you're craving bacon, this is a great alternative. For me, I always get my eggs at Trader Joe's. I eat eggs all the time. I'll have days where I eat 3 to 6. I eat at least 3 eggs a day, more than likely. And so some days I'll have 6. So I love eggs. I got 3 things of eggs. Clear up space as we go. Light shredded mozzarella. This is the real MVP. This is the best cheese I've ever had. And the macros are 3 fat, 5 protein. If you guys have been following my recipes, I use this stuff all the time and highly, highly, highly recommend it because it melts so well. Next up, we got Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts. Frozen ones from Trader Joe's are my favorites. The ones at H-E-B are just way too big, so I like the ones that are petite Brussels sprouts. And one thing you'll notice as you're dieting and getting lower on macros, Brussels sprouts are pretty dense in calories. They're 8 grams of carbs per serving when broccoli is 4 grams of carbs. So just keep that in mind. I love these. I'm gonna try and keep them throughout, but as you get leaner, your like green peppers, broccoli are gonna be like 2 cauliflower, bang for your buck type vegetables. Next up, we have a green, orange, and red pepper. I'm gonna start adding these back in. I just haven't been adding any peppers lately, but definitely gonna be adding those back in. Also, what I'm trying to do is have less fibrous vegetables. So onions have very little fiber content because what I was noticing, because I love vegetables so much, I was overdoing it on my fiber. So I'm gonna be adding in a lot more onions. I was actually using pearl onions as well, which is like Brussels sprouts but in onion form. So I got some more vegetables, got some zucchini. I like to spiral my zucchini, saute my zucchini. It's just another, like I said earlier, lower cal vegetable that provides a lot of volume. And it's very versatile. You can bake with it too. I have a protein cosmic brownie recipe where I use zucchini in it. You don't even taste it. So I'll make sure to pop that on the screen and link to the actual Instagram post. Next up, we got some broccoli slaw. Throw this in a pan, saute it up with your other vegetables. Another high volume option that tastes unreal. Speaking of something I'm gonna be adding back in just very, 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 very small amounts are some shredded lettuce because it provides some bulk to meals. And so what I'm gonna do is, as my calories get a little bit lower, I'm gonna try and make up the volume from various foods with a little bit more lettuce. But just keep in mind that I don't wanna overdo it, because I'm gonna talk about this in a future podcast, but the idea is if you have too much volume too early on, you're gonna mess with the sensors in your stomach, and thus you're gonna have a hard time staying full on lower calories. So that's a whole nutshell on this stuff. I covered it in my last full day of eating episode 2, so just keep that in mind. Something to definitely keep in mind. Next up are these reduced guilt. Jeez, it's so hard. Next up are these reduced guilt dips from Trader Joe's. These things are unreal. So we have the spinach and kale Greek yogurt dip, and then we have the reduced guilt chunky guacamole. Both of these are amazing. Macros are on point, and yeah, it's a spread on top of rice cakes, on sandwiches, on wraps, anything that needs a spread component to it. They're game changers. Next up are some seasonings. So I love to get the everything bagel seasoning, but I found this new one that people have been talking about, is the multi-purpose umami seasoning blend. I haven't tried it yet, but I will keep you guys posted on what I use with that. But the everything bagel seasoning on like the everything bagel rice cakes that I love to make, it's on veggies, it's so good. Next up is the sparkling mineral water. I like to just have one of these in the fridge just in case I need to have some extra carbonation or have some water with a little bit of taste to it. I love these. They have like 7 different flavors, so definitely give these a try. Lastly, I love Trader Joe's cereals. They just came out with this Napolitan Puffs cereal. This is my second box. I've already had some. It's really good. I like it a lot, so definitely go give it a try. So next up, we're gonna move on to what I get from H-E-B. I like to get 2 big bags of broccoli. Yeah, it's a lot cheaper at H-E-B, and also frozen vegetables arguably have a similar, if not more effective, nutrient profile, bioavailability of the nutrients than actual fresh vegetables. So another thing I like to get from H-E-B are egg whites. At Trader Joe's, they're extremely expensive. Egg whites from H-E-B are a good choice. Then we got our plain non-fat Greek yogurt, Faye. It's thick with 7 seeds. It's so good. I highly recommend this. Spend a little bit extra on this, an extra 75 cents or $1. It is so worth it. Nobody likes runny, wet, not thick Greek yogurt. This is the best. Some unsweetened vanilla cashew milk. I put this in my coffee. I put this in my Frosties. If you guys have our access to the recipe vault or my recipe books, you'll know the protein Frosty. I love to put this in there as well. Might as well get to it. Rice cakes, the real MVP. They have my heart. I use them for everything. They're a vessel for change. You can put anything on them and make it amazing. So yeah, I got 4 packs of rice cakes, and I have no shame. No shame. Next up, I got 4 packs of Laughing Cow cheese wedges. I love these things so much. So versatile. Just throw them on rice cakes with a little bit of everything bagel seasoning, and it is an absolute game changer. And then if you make an egg and put it on top, it's just whew. So now we're gonna start working our way towards the front here. Canned pure pumpkin is the best. Libby's brand, the best. I don't like messing with any other brands of pumpkin. This is the best. Our condiments of choice, you guys know I love yellow mustard and I love sriracha drizzled on your vegetables. It is a game-changing combination and it saves so many macros. My pizza sauce of choice, you guys know I love pizza. The spicy red pepper brand from H-E-B. It is crazy good. Per 1/2 cup, so 125 grams, it's 6 grams of carbs, only 1 fat, 1 protein. Freaking 35 calories. That's the best I've ever seen. And then also a low-fat queso. I love low-fat queso. You can put it in my mac and cheese recipe. You can put it in on top of pizzas, inside of wraps, on top of whatever. It just adds a little bit more flavor, cheesy flavor. Without, maybe you don't need more protein. Maybe you just need the cheese flavor instead of adding more cheese. This is a great way of doing it. Because I have a hard time not going over on my protein. Crack them. That's the worst when they fall off. Because what's a rice cake with it when it's broken? It's not a rice cake. All right, so next up we have the white chocolate sugar-free, fat-free pudding mix. I love to use this and my icings and my frostings and anything that wants to make like an icing or something like that. Just adds so much thickness and texture to it. It's an amazing thing. A little bit goes a long ways, guys. Next up, we have some Kernel Seasons. I love to just sprinkle just a tiny bit on top of my vegetables or anything that I'm having. It adds a beautiful, nice white cheddar flavor, and they have a bunch of different flavors. I got some Jewish rye and pumpernickel deli sandwich bread, whatever the hell you want to call it. This stuff's really good. I was just in Dallas and I had it, and I bought a loaf of this, and I was like, man, like, and I made a bunch of sandwiches, and I was like, I gotta have this when I get back. So what I'm gonna be doing is filming some, like maybe a recipe video with like 4 ways to make an epic sandwich in under 10 minutes or something like that. I'm thinking of how I'm gonna do it, but the macros on this is only 14 grams of carbs per slice, only 1 fat, 3 protein. And yeah, it's great. And one thing with bread too, I have to be careful is I can't get high fiber bread because I like a lot of vegetables. And so I gotta be careful about that. So this only has 1 gram of fiber, which is good. Sticking on that theme, I got some English muffins. I have not had an English muffin in a very long time, and I've been craving them like crazy. So what I'm gonna do is make some recipes with English muffins. I'm super excited because 1 English muffin is 25 grams of carbs and 1 fat. That's great macros and 4 protein. And dietary fiber on these is only 1 gram of fiber, and you can get high fiber ones, like have 8 grams of fiber per, but that's a no-go for me. I don't like to get any other of my fiber instead of just from vegetables or fruits, which I'm gonna leave to strawberries. So I got 2 pounds of strawberries. I love strawberries, and one thing when I'm in the depths of a cut is I like to change my palate. So for example, I like to be able to, like, say I have something savory, I have 2 options if I want to save macros or I don't have a lot of macros to play with, is either I brush my teeth or I have a couple strawberries, which is a great way to curb that sweet craving. So let's see, did I forget any? Oh, lastly, I have Zevias. I love Zevias because if you guys have been following the channel for a while, I have a sensitivity to aspartame in the sense of too much aspartame, which is if something has enough aspartame to where the aspartame is more than 2% of the ingredients, I get headaches. So I can't have most sodas that are not, I can have sucralose, but most sodas have aspartame in them and they give me headaches. So Zevias are a way for me to have soda but not get a headache. So keep that in mind. Aspartame's not bad. It's not inherently bad, but there's a small part of the population that gets headaches from them, and I'm one of them. And if I didn't get headaches, I'd be so happy because then I could drink all kinds of different sodas, but I can't, and that's okay. I'm not gonna dwell on that. I'm just gonna spend a little bit extra money on Zevias because it's worth it to me. Oh, mini chocolate chips? That's what's up here? And what was that? And lastly, mini chocolate chips. You guys know I'm a mini chocolate chip fanatic. I put it on everything. I love these. Mini versus the big, because the minis, you get like 3 or 4 minis for one size of the big. So if you're in the depths of a cut or you just want a high volume topping, mini chocolate chips are the way to go. And that is it, my friends, my grocery haul from Trader Joe's and HEB. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give the video a thumbs up. Please subscribe. We have so much more cool content coming. Remember, let me know in the comments below which grocery store you want us to do a grocery haul at next. And then also, which of these products do you use a lot and which one did you not see that I should add in a future grocery haul? So yes, appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.